Hey chess friends, my name is Sprout and welcome back to the Road to 1400 series. We had a couple losses. We are at 1338 rapid. Let's get a game started, see what happens, see if we can turn our fortune around here. That would be very nice. We have the white pieces. We are going to play a little d4 and see what happens. They are so far maybe allowing us to do a Jobava. No craziness just yet on the board. Pretty standard stuff. We're going to put our bishop on to f4. And they're kind of wasting a move by playing a6, so I'm just going to go ahead and play e3, and we'll see what happens next. Pretty exciting stuff. Okay, so they are going to move their knight to c6, and we are not able to jump our knight onto b5. We're still kind of waiting to see what they do with this pawn. If they end up playing e6, then and trapping their bishop on this side of the pawn chain, then we'll have to play a bit of a slower game. Unfortunately, I don't know what they're going to do right now. The pawn storm is the best idea usually when they move their bishop over here. So I might just play a waiting move. We might just put our bishop out to, of course, there. There's also ideas of jumping around and harassing it. I suppose that is true. But we can't just keep waiting. We have to see what they're going to do. So I think in this situation, I'm going to have to play knight to f3. I don't really want to play it, especially if they end up moving their bishop out there anyway. I'm not really wanting to play it. But there it is, you know? I think I can still... I could still go a little h3, but I think it's going to be slow. I think in this situation, we can go... I imagine we can still do bishop to f3... f3? To d3, and see if they want to trade. And then maybe start an initiative over here. If need be, we can jam our knight into e5, which looks like a move we could potentially do, for sure. And at the moment, they're developing a lot on their queen side, too, which makes me think maybe they're going to castle on the queen side, so we need to kind of see what's going to happen there. Now, I can go ahead and play bishop to d3 and see if they want to trade. If they trade, I develop my queen. If they jump in here, I just move my queen back and then kick the knight. So I think everything there works fine. So we'll go ahead and do this and see what they're going to do. And, yeah, nothing too crazy going on. I do wish, like, they would have done this earlier. I wouldn't have played my knight here. I would have done a little bit of a pawn rush, pawn storm. But, as it is, I think we'll just go ahead and get castled. We have enough, like, I'm not really worried about anything with that pin right at the moment. So I think just getting castled and then asking what they intend to do would probably be fine. We just need to figure out what side for sure that we want to castle on. Also, we could play h3 and see what they're intending. I imagine they're intending to move back if we play... You know what? We can do that right now. I don't think it's a wasted move because we're going to do it anyway. So we'll just go ahead and play there. And we'll see what they want to do. We could, in theory, still push a pawn here to g4, and then move our queen out of the way, and then castle queenside. It's definitely a response that we could do. Although maybe we'd move our queen here in that instance over to e2 instead of d2. I think I like that. Yeah, we'll see. There's some good options for us. We will see. They move back. Yeah, I am going to end up castling, I think, queenside. So we're going to go ahead and move here and just kick the bishop back. We probably will end up... Well, if we take, they just take here. Am I worried about that? Maybe not. Maybe I'm not worried about that. I mean, you could say if I take, they're going to open up their rook, which is definitely a consideration. But otherwise, I have to get my queen out of there. Yeah, so I have to get my queen out either way. So I think it's not horrible. I think I'm gonna take just for that reason. And then we'll go ahead and move our queen just a little bit. Ooh, they take that way. That just leaves weaknesses here. Maybe they're planning on castling soon, but that does not seem great. I mean, maybe I could just drop in right now and say hello. Say hello here, and then see if we can take over here. I could just say hello immediately. And then, depending on where this goes, could definitely drop in, say hello. Queen up here, I am worried about this coming first, which I don't really like. I do want to get castled soon. But also, if I move here, that also allows me to have eyes on this, and then I can start pushing. But do I really want to undouble their pawn? Really? I mean, their pawn's great like that. I mean, for me. It's not great for them, but it's great for me. So do I really want to do anything there? And I'm thinking, and I'm thinking the answer is no. Their king is still in the center. I mean, technically here, we could castle and then break open the center. But we can't really right now. So I'm going to, I think I'm going to jump my knight into e5 just because it looks annoying, and if they take, I can retake this way, threaten that. That has to move somewhere. And we'll kind of see what ends up happening. So far, my pawn structure is still great, and theirs isn't so great. So we'll find out here. They could also ignore it, but I mean, yeah, they can ignore it if they want, and I'm just gonna move my pawns in, I think. Okay, so they go that way. They go that way. Now I can see a reason to take here this way as well. Just because this pawn is doing kind of a good job right now. If I take there with that pawn, then actually this is hanging. So yeah, maybe we should take this way. That might be really good. Okay, let's take there. We'll take there, ask this guy where it's going, get our queen involved over here, look at this pawn maybe a little bit later. We'll do all that. Either way, pushing there looks horrible, doesn't it? I mean, pushing to e6 looks like the worst right now. Like an absolute disaster for my opponent. I could always take first with the queen, and then just push e6, you know? I mean, it doesn't look good. This is still very tender. Okay, but now that, don't I just take? And then I've got eyes on this and eyes on this. That doesn't look bad. And then I can still push. So that doesn't look bad. Let's just go ahead and push. Let's take right now. What happens? Well, what happens if they play this? What happens if they play c6 in this situation, right? So we go there and they play c6. That would be really annoying. And then what? Maybe we'd go in this way? I don't like it as much. But I do like getting my queen off that square. Yeah, actually, I like it. If they do that, I just pull back. Yeah, if they do anything like that, if they do threaten the queen, I just pull back. And then I'll just castle queenside and have amazing pressure happening here. If they do nothing, I will castle I'll castle queenside and have amazing pressure there. So no matter what, you know, all roads lead to Victory Town, maybe. I mean, not that I think I'm hugely ahead right now. I am a pawn ahead, which is really nice, I guess. There's still that on the table. So they did go that route, so I do think that just playing back one is probably the move. Then if they play forward, I play forward again, and we just kind of zigzag there. Otherwise I can say, like, I just don't want any of that, and then I move back to here, which looks pretty good. Then I can still castle. I'm also aiming at this if the situation is different. It doesn't look bad. There does look like I could get harassed a little bit. Also harassed, I mean... So let's move back to here. Let's move back queen to d3, and then we'll castle queenside. Okay, they're trying to get their bishop out of the way, which is good. Really good. Castling queenside right now looked like the move, so we are threatening that if they move away, so they have to be a little careful. It was good that they played this, though, because it stopped us from doing anything like that. But now maybe we've got some easy tactics here with just moving our queen and then, you know, poking at that. You could also just start pushing here. We've got kind of pawns going on the queen side right now. That's definitely a possibility. Am I worried about... Let's see, I could push to h4 and they push there. Like, I could push and they just keep pushing. Maybe I am worried about that. Plus, again, we don't want to necessarily fix our opponent's pawns right now. And we're going to see what they end up doing with this bishop here. I could push there to push here, which looks annoying. I mean, we're all for being annoying, right? Being annoying's great. But then maybe they go bishop to e7. Bishop e7, we push there. That just ends up being free. Yeah, so that's not something I necessarily want to do. Maybe jump our knight into e4, maybe, just to get some extra pieces in there. Yeah, I think a knight jump to e4 is looking really good. From e4, yeah, from e4 it gets to g5, gets to, like, it gets all over the place. And my opponent now is taking a little bit of time. Depending on how much time they take, I may just go ahead and fast forward and skip past this part for people on YouTube. It really depends on how long they take. I don't want to get the pacing slowed down. I think a slow pace works on Twitch because people are able to interact with me. Now they're doing this over to the side there. So maybe now I've got something with sort of a jump, but maybe not really. Not really. They're going to swing around here, and that's just going to get annoying. So I need something better. I need something better in a hurry. And right now I don't have it. Right now I can do something like that, which looks fairly annoying, and I think that's the best I've got right now. Because they'll go, I'll go to knight to e4. They'll end up doing, obviously, they're trying to get extra protection there. And then we can swing around here, give a check. We've got a lot of pieces pointed at this square. That could work to our advantage. So let's just go ahead now. Also, though, I guess that's kind of up for grabs now, so we have to watch out. That's up for grabs, and we're going to lose a pawn if allowed, if we allow that, right? But I'm not really worried about that, because you take here, I retake, and I come in and give checkmate, so I'm not really worried about that. You can just go right ahead with that. Yeah, there's no threat really here because it just turns into checkmate. So you can't actually do that. That doesn't do anything. You're not threatening to win a pawn. The only reason why you'd move your queen here isn't, in fact, to add more firepower onto e5 along with your knight. It's to protect the knight by first playing rook to d8. Okay, but that just seems like now I'm able to do this. So that looks pretty bad. Okay. But isn't that really bad? I mean, technically, I guess it could be worse. Could be worse. Queen could come over here, I imagine. That seems like not a bad move, threatening there. Okay, instead that happens. So I'm not 100% sure about it, if I'm honest. That doesn't look super compelling. You can jump in there, but I give check. So you're really tied down here. I suppose I can just go and move there, and I'm threatening there. So that's a possibility, and that looks really, really annoying. Like, really scary, actually. Yeah, that looks really scary. I don't even know. Also, equally scary would be just... Well, I don't know. This all looks not great, right? So I think moving here is good for starters. That looks like a way better play. I mean, I'd love to be able to get my bishop to attack that queen, but I just don't think it's happening. So I'm going to play here. Maybe you could also argue it's going to swing the the rook around, and they'll aim here, but that might not be too bad. So I think I'm going to go with that. We're going to go bishop over there. We are threatening... We're threatening the rook right away. They will have to, imagine, move to there, which will threaten this pawn, but then I can maybe just go ahead and play f4 afterwards, just to kind of fix the pawn structure. This gets a little weak, though, too, so I have to be aware of that. And plus, this being weak comes with check with the queen on the diagonal, so maybe in this situation it's kind of weird, but maybe I just want to strengthen it with the rook instead. Or I could strengthen it with the rook this way, eventually pushing, and then bring the rook on to d2 for a triple stack. But at the moment, this pawn's not going anywhere, so they go there. I don't... But also, there's strength with having these rooks connected, right? So maybe in this situation, I should... Well, this is like triple defended at the moment, so I'm not exactly worried about that. But I am worried about this, right? So we do still have a worry. So if I play there, then, yeah, that goes away. So I am thinking maybe we have to go ahead and play this first. Just to kind of get things to happen. You can never really move this knight. This knight is locked in place for eternity as far as I'm aware. Okay, you're moving there, but that seems... fine, though, doesn't it? Because can't I move here? I'm not really worried that you're going to take that. What? I'm going to take this and get into your position. So you're saying that, you know, you're okay with that? Yeah, I don't know about that. I think I just get in. Because I can go... Not there. What am I talking about? Yeah, actually, I go here. And you take that, but okay, but I take this, so... I think this is way better. We are threatening to get in, and you can have a pawn, you know, like have a pawn that doesn't really offend me at all. I'm just going to get into your position faster. I don't think you can take the time right now to be a pawn grabber. You know, I like being a pawn grabber too, but this is not the time or the place for the pawn grabbing. You gotta wait a little bit, okay? That being said, I'm the one. I'm talking about grabbing a pawn on e6 here. Don't do as I say, do as I do. Wait, what? Okay, maybe that's not the saying. I don't know. I'm a silly red panda. Don't take anything I'm saying with more than a pinch of salt. Yep, don't do that. So, here we go. We are waiting again to see what they end up doing. Our candidate moves. We are here, of course, to try to take their... They can push and lose their rook, so that doesn't seem like a good strategy for them. But I mean, I like it. If they want to push and let me take their rook, I think it's a great strategy for me. It's just not going to really help them. So they can't take the time to push that pawn. And they can't defend the pawn with this rook. They can defend it with this rook, I guess, but then I'm just gonna establish my bishop in there. And that just looks absolutely terrible for you, you know? You could do another, like, try to get the double stack in there. Okay, but that's... I don't really care about that, because I'm getting in, you know? So you're saying, you know, that doesn't help at all. Yeah, that's really, really scary. What are you doing? You're really okay with all that happening. I wish there was a realm, by the way, that I could just take there and sacrifice, but there isn't really. Now, maybe you're saying you're going to swing around and allow me to capture that for free? I don't think they're saying that at all. But we do have to, we are going to have to do something, I think, to improve some more of these pieces. Getting in here does not seem bad at all. We are threatening right there to take another piece. That's not really going to threaten much of anything, because if we go here, I don't know where you're going. I get in then, and I don't think you can really allow that. So let's see, we get in, we go here, they go here. Okay. And then maybe, I mean, I don't know. There's all kinds of moves we could do in this position. I do kind of like just going in right now with the, with this, method of mayhem. Just to stop the other rook from getting in. This is weak, so it's not going anywhere. And I kind of do like that. I mean, technically they could take here and sack, but why would I care if they sack anything? You can never move this. So, you know, that's obviously not something even that we're planning on. It's still really slow though, isn't it? It's really slow. I think I'd almost have to go here, and then if they go, you know, if they go rook to e8, I can still swing around and take. There are options for me. Yeah, there's definitely options, but we do need to do a better job, I think, of what to do here, right? So here, they're on there. We keep taking pawns? Maybe? I'm still not seeing anything better. Game review probably later is going to absolutely be yelling at me like crazy. Sprout, do this, do this, do this. Our rooks are very passive, by the way, so being able to bring a rook in, maybe even. But I'm thinking right now, I'm thinking this isn't bad. Yeah, I think getting my queen to e8 is not bad at all. You could say maybe the queen at this point will swing around and she'll have enough of our shenanigans. But we can just always take here. The queen can never, like, really take there, because we'll take and get it will just be up in exchange. So, this looks like a very scary predicament for them to be in. They could possibly move this out, but I just don't think that's a really great goal for them. I mean, this is falling. I think my position is a little bit more strengthened than theirs. I can also go here and totally just lock in this this rook, and then just move in. That's definitely a possibility as well. But no, there's not a lot going on right now. There's not a lot. Locking it in is not a bad idea. Just locking this rook away and not letting it get out. I kind of like that idea. But again, it doesn't really do a whole lot for me. And I can't go there to threaten. So let's lock in the other rook first. We'll just lock it in. Locking in the rook, so we'll definitely do that. This can still never move. It would love to move, but it really can't. It's an interesting idea for it to try to move, but I think it's just game over. If it does, if they do want to move it, it's just game over. So this is locked down. This is locked down. It's not looking like a great situation for my opponent in this particular moment of the game. I'm going to drink my coffee for a moment, which makes my face freeze, because that's how red pandas drink coffee. There we go. At least it didn't freeze in an unflattering way. Right. So, we are still going. Let's think about what they could do. I still think they really want to move that like they do. I don't think they should, but I think they could make a mistake and blunder and try moving it, which would be really weird. I mean, I could move there, for instance, and just kind of force them to, well, but then they have enough pointed at the square, and it's not, well, no, not really. It's kind of scary. Kind of scary for them. Really scary. I don't know what I'm going to do next, honestly. I was thinking this just to do some more threats, right? But I don't know. I don't know anymore. If this wasn't here, well, that'd be silly, because then the queen would be able to do something. They're really locked down. I'd say overall we're both locked down. This is a very, like, very sharp position where minute changes have to be made. So I think going here, kinda, it doesn't really work. I guess going there to double stack on that could work, but then they can just block it, and I take that. Okay, that doesn't work. And even if I do take that, I'm just helping them. So it doesn't really do anything for me right now. So they're just going back now. And that's actually pretty good. But I think now, can't I just go back like this? I think I can just go back and threaten this, because this is trapped. I mean, it's going to take a while to get out. And I'm not quite sure. I mean, I think either way, that's a good move, and it just, you know, it just allows for more. Well, allows for more threats going on. But they're going back that way. So also, if I could get in this way with that, could be a possibility, right? So I think for right now, we got to go here. They're gonna go here because why on earth wouldn't they? So I think that is probably the play. Let's just give one more moment here to think about it. We have some time, so we don't want to go too quickly, even though YouTube probably wants us to go very, very quickly. Yeah, YouTube, I'm sure, would want us to go quickly. Let's just go here. Yeah, let's just go back. Let's just go back and ask the rook there what they're doing. Rook has to go here, right? And then rook can't go here, So, yeah, it's definitely kind of scary for them. I don't know if they can actually get out of this. Because I just go here next, and I chomp on a rook, which is really a weird way to chomp on a rook. But I think it's fine. Yeah, so I do think it's a little weird. It is quite weird, I would imagine. Rook there is still going to be fine for the moment. So I think for now I'm going to go here. And I mean, I could also block it in like that first, but I think here is interesting. Yeah, I think there is really interesting. But at the same time, if I do that, maybe I'm worried about them then pushing here. Maybe it's better to do this, because they're still, like, trapped in place. Which, I mean, otherwise here. Can't really do anything then. Maybe, yeah, not really. Not really. I don't like it in that situation. So I almost think I have to go here first, just to, like, prime things. But then they can push here. It's really not ideal, is it? It's not ideal. It is not ideal at all. Not ideal. We're gonna see if they make any effort to take it or not. Now, technically, this is a spot as well for that rook. Yeah, the things are very, very pressurized right now. We gotta get some pieces out, though. We gotta do something. Maybe some sort of lift? Like a lift could do it? We gotta hurry up, though. We don't have a lot of time. I mean, I am still thinking of that. Just, because it's still just makes them move off to the side. Granted, then they're there, and is that really helping me too much? Not really, you could argue. So I think I am going to probably have to get this rook off. I mean, I gotta do something. I gotta do something. If I can just get in here. This is a constant thorn in black's side, so I need to do something. I need to get this rook activated. I need to try to do something over on this side here. Maybe if I, you know, maybe even if I took there. If I take there, I've got a lot of pieces pointed this way. Maybe I take there and swing my queen over to here, and oh my goodness, that's checkmate, isn't it? Okay, let's do that. We have a plan. We have a plan. So, they're doing that, which doesn't exactly do anything right now. So we're just going to go here and try that idea. And if they take here for some reason, I guess I'm happy to... I don't know if I want to trade queens or not. I almost have a checkmate here because of this pawn. So I'm going to try to get my checkmate, because ultimately I want a checkmate. That is an interesting idea. I don't know if it works. I don't think it does. So we'll just go ahead and put the rook right there and ask what they're going to do. I think it looks pretty bad. We could see a knight jump, and that is not the knight jump that we were looking for. So I don't think it matters. You're gonna have to respond to that. Yeah, I don't think that was the right move. I think they needed to move their knight out of there. Yeah, they really did. They needed to move that knight out of there. But they didn't move the knight out of there, so what are they going to do? They cannot take. If they take, it is game over for them, so they kinda can't take. But then I just move here, and the threat is... Okay, they take. They take. And then I think... This is just checkmate, isn't it? About to be? Oh no, it's not checkmate yet. It's not checkmate quite yet. It is getting very close to checkmate, though. They're going to have to block. Then we take, put in check. And then we are going to put in check probably again, because we can't not put in check. So we're going to put in check. And we're just trying to get some situation here where we, you know, are able to do something with it. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. I would love to be able to put it in a check like that, but I don't think I'm going to get it that way. So I think check like this might work better. But I also think here there's no reason to be hasty. There's no reason for hastiness. We could just move here. There's no reason to be hasty. No reason. Okay? They can gobble up this pawn if they want, but then it's just checkmate. They cannot move their queen away from there. And with the queen and the rook guarding this pawn, I think it's going to be GG. I don't think there's any way that they can actually stop things. So I'm going to go ahead and play probably here and give a check. And then I think here, and they have to take, right? Or am I missing something else? I think they're going to have to take here, if I do this. I mean, there's really no choice in it. They have to. Otherwise, I mean, they don't have to. I'll just I'll just go back here if they don't want it. If they, like, move this or something. There we go. And that's... I don't think they can do anything here. Because, yeah, they're going to lose a rook here. But, of course, I don't know. I still have to play this very, very carefully. So I do have to play it very carefully. Because at the moment, yeah, I'm up 1. I'm up, you know, I've got some pawn advantage along with, but I still have to be really careful here. Because they could still try to do something with their king. So I need to be very, very careful. They could try, you know, getting their king in. Which I guess if they try this way, I can't obviously go here, because that just isn't working. So if they try moving the king this way, I might have to put them in check here first, and then try to swing back. If they do everything correct, it could be a stalemate in this position, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm not sure. We are coming down to the wire. Exciting stuff this game. That is probably not wrong, but I'm just gonna, well, I have to do this. Everything's tied down right now. Yeah, everything's tied down. They did give a check there. So they're gonna have to figure out what to do. This is mostly locked out of the game. So I feel like, too, maybe I could... Yeah, maybe I can just get my king involved and just checkmate that way. They can't get over here. So that's kind of good. If I went here and then here, that's checkmate, I think. But I gotta be a little careful. Yeah, I do have to be a little bit careful with what they do. So, they are doing that, but that doesn't really do anything. And I think I can just, probably just push this, though, can't I? I mean, it looks pretty foolproof, right? Can't I just push it? And what are you doing? Maybe. Maybe it's right. Maybe it's wrong. I don't know. We'll find out soon. This is, I mean, it's just locked in place. You can't really do anything with this. You know, you can't get past that. And these pieces are totally just locked up as well. I could also just go over here. You can never take because I'll just take your rook. So, I mean, there's lots of, well, there's not a lot they can do. I think I'll just get things locked in here, too. And just say, you're not doing that. Here, they can kind of try to get in, but I think I'm just gonna go right here, and we're just gonna, you know, not allow them to have any fun. Okay. Well, I can just go there. And again, what are you doing, right? But I guess then you're doing something like this, right? Yeah, okay. So, I think we'll go here instead. Yeah, we can just go right there. Ask them what they want to do. I imagine they can take and they'll just do a trade. So that's definitely a thing that they can do, knowing that this rook is here. I could move the rook, I suppose. It would be a lot more efficient. I mean, if they don't do anything next, I am moving here, and I'm going to try to force a trade. And if they don't want to do a trade, at least I'll just move down. So there we go. Okay. But what are you doing? You can't really get anywhere. Yeah, this is just not really working. Okay. Okay. We'll just keep going up, like that. In fact, I can just move my king here. If they let me, then this is safe. This pawn is safe all the way up. Yep, so they kind of goofed. It's just game over now. Game over, guy. Game over. Bubbler 2. Wonder what happened to Bubbler 1. Doesn't bode well. They can take some time. The problem is that I've rolled out the red carpet now for this pawn. There's absolutely no stopping it whatsoever. I don't even have to, like, I don't even have to respond to that. Because, honestly, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna push? Because they don't have anything. Yeah, you got nothing, my guy. You got nothing. There's nothing they can do. And there's no stalemate-y things happening because they still have moves. It was a very good game for my opponent, and they resigned, so GG to us. Let's do a quick game review. Mr. Stockfish, are we a fish today? Tell us, are we a fish? Stockfish says we are sort of a fish. We're half fish. We're like 3/4 fish, maybe? Like, all the benefits, but more brains? Yeah. So yeah, we played 98.5% accuracy in the opening, 75.8 in the middle game, and 91.7 in the end game. I can live with that. Let's take a quick look and see where it all went right or wrong. Everything here was good, so I'm going to skip past a lot of it. So I did kind of feel like this was okay for us. We got in there with our queen. That was the best move. Playing queen to d3 was a bit of an inaccuracy. Castling was just fine. Everything was really good. I feel like this pressure here is just what led us to victory. We almost lost it, though. We played a blunder right here, and yeah, so we almost lost it. This was the calculation, sort of, that I had, but apparently they had a much better way to refute things, which kind of annoys me. I'm guessing... Well, actually, I don't know. How would they have refuted that? I mean, moved there. And then that's just... That's amazing. Oh my gosh, I guess. That's crazy. That's counterintuitive. So, alright. So that was the one thing that we had. Otherwise, everything else was good. We maintained a steady lead from that point. So yeah, GG to us. Alright, that's going to do it for today's video. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to like and subscribe and send me a comment even, because comments sustain me since I'm a smaller YouTube channel. It really, really helps. Yeah, that's going to do it for today. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!